was a song that's not on the record. The only way to get it was on that 45, and so a lot of times, especially in the advent of FM was this long form format. They would play entire records from top to bottom on FM.
FM was sort of like XM
Yes.
is now.
But even less, but even more freeform and localized as well.
The other thing too is, one of the first things you said is probably simpler. There's so many more albums now. So like there, if you were a radio station during the 60s or the 70s when FM started to really, you were looking for new content. Like we need to fill the airwaves, and they had so few actual labels that could manufacture records and could send it to the radio promo guy and deliver it because it was expensive. And now it's like, well, yeah, I wrote this song last night in my bedroom and recorded it on my keyboard and sent it off to the radio. And it's so different. There's an excess of music.
Not an option.
During that time period, in a lot of cases, you actually could own every record that was released that week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because I bought all six records that came out this week. It wasn't like I bought all 6,000 albums that were released this week in the U.S. I've got to go get the Brazilian albums, and you know, like you really could. There was just a smaller amount of music.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, we were talking earlier about us releasing records and what we're working on for next year, and part of that connects with what we're talking about, which is essentially, you know, the idea of albums is really a pretty recent concept. It's not something that actually has been around that long, even though that's all we've grown up with. It's kind of, it's more recent. It's sort of a couple generations old, and so I think, you know, finding different ways to release music and still make it compelling is something that we sort of revel in that challenge.
But for me, it's also about responding to the environment and to the reality of what I feel like people are not responding to, which is most record companies, most bands, in a lot of cases, are just going, well, this is the way it's done. And we're looking around going, this may be the way it's done, but the way it's done is 30 years old. And last time I checked, the difference between 1972 and 2002 is pretty damn big.
And then think about the difference between 2002 and 2011.
Exactly.
It's huge.
It's huge. Massive. So,
when he says about the environment, I thought he meant about sort of Mother Earth.
No, we're not recording records on kelp. That's just impractical.
There's a lot of kelp.
That's true. But then people start complaining you're depleting the ocean of the kelp.
I want to say I'm sorry. So, coming back, obviously tonight, we're talking about this time around, so we're going to play primarily this time around.
Tonight.
And I noticed that there were some questions on the website about us not playing every single song from every record that gets featured. That is our prerogative, kids.